In this demonstration, we will be understanding about how do we actually manage our SVN and convert that into a Git project. So for this demonstration, you need minimum 2 accounts. One is an account in your SVN server. The other one is you need an account in the Git. Now in my case, I am currently using an online SVN server. Okay, so this is my dashboard where I have my online repositories. This is very similar to your GitHub, GitLab, as well as the other Bitbucket systems. Now, those are Git management systems. These are SVN management systems. Here, I have something called as HR web application. Now, this is my application. Okay, and this is where my code is going to be here. And you can see there is an activity stream here, and there is a repository team that you can actually observe who is actually managing. For example, here there are 2 people who are actually managing this. One is Baju as well as Mifab. And similarly, the last changes was done before like 2 hours ago by Baju, and there is an index file that got added into this repository. Now we will be converting this repository into our Git system. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge it with an existing system. Otherwise, it's up to you individuals how you want to convert. For example, in this case, let me go ahead and recreate one more application. So let me go here and open the projects that you have. For example, under the vehicle management, for example, I want to create a project. Again, this is an existing project. So let's go ahead and do a HR project. As a part of my HR project, I may have a HR web application. Now in this, I want to create a repository. For example, here it is HR web app. So let me go ahead and create it with the same name. That's good. We have created our repository and our repository is ready. Okay. Now the next thing that you need to do is go here. Okay. Now first thing is you need to clone the existing repository onto your machine. Now how do we clone? Select the subversion URL, copy, come back to the place where you want to store. In this case, I would like to put all the files here. So right click on your desktop and do SVN checkout. Now in your case, if you don't have an SVN checkout option, then you need to go ahead and install the SVN software. Until and unless you install an SVN software, you'll not be able to do it. If you want to do this lab, you need to have this software, and it's an open source free software. You can go ahead and do it. Now in this case, so this is the URL that I have just put it. I have my HR web application and click on OK. So this is going to actually go ahead and download the HR web application from there. And you can see it has downloaded, and you can go inside and see there is an index.html file, and go back and check whether you have an index.html file in this. So for example, this is my repository. Let me click on it and maybe I'll go ahead and see here. You can see I have one file, index.html. Now what we are going to do is there are multiple ways of doing the same job. Okay, you can see 100 ways of doing the same things. Okay, migration from SVN. Now based on the type of product you use, based on the type of migration you want, you can go ahead and do it. But I'm going to show you the easiest way. Now once this is ready, what I'm going to do is let me go ahead and add this. So now my SVN is ready. I can do an SVN update which will actually download everything which is up to date. Yes, it's ready for me. Now what I'm going to do is let me go to my Git bash. Go to the Git bash. Okay, then what you need to do is you need to do git init. That means I'm initializing this repository as a Git, and you can observe that a Git is created. Now once this is initialized into a Git, what I can go ahead and do is I can see the Git status. There are 2 files, then just do git add dot. This will add them into the repository. Now do the Git status, it is added. Then do a first commit. adding the files to the SVN. Now git status, it's clear. Now git push origin master. This is a common command, no? But you will not find the command because this is a local repository. It doesn't know how to go to a server. All this we have done is on a local machine. But if you have to do it on a remote machine, that means I want this to be here. What I can do is I can have this command called git remote add. Do this. The moment you do a git remote add, it is going to actually push it to this repository. And then let us do the push from the local machine. So whatever till now we have done is a local management. But what we are doing now is you are pushing it to the master branch. And you can go back and check whether the push was successful or not. Now you can see the HTML is on the remote server. So this is how the HTML that we have here, and that is been transformed to the HR web application on my Bitbucket. This is one way of doing it. And there can be 100 different ways of achieving this based on the type of tool, based on the type of process that you use. But this is the easiest one to migrate any kind of projects. I hope that was interesting, and please do go ahead and practice as much as possible in the upcoming labs so that you will be comfortable with all the concepts. Looking forward to see you in the next modules.